Do you think it's a fallacy to suppose that the identity politic, as it's manifested in critical social justice, identitarian, blah, 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 wokeness, is that filling a vacuum? And if that is filling a vacuum, do we need to return that to a vacuum? Or do we come to terms with what left that vacuum? And what is it replacing?
Yeah, so this is a great question. This is such a fantastic question because, Geist to Geisteschte, the whole Hegelian thing, right? Spirit is replaced by spirit in the world. So you can't, if you take that apart, you're just going to leave another nihilistic thing that people are just going to jump on the next paint by numbers morality. People need to have that. So I think this is going to be a spiritual war between the ersatz pseudo-morality of wokeness and a reconstituted liberal, like common culture, humanity, individualism, all the good things that we talk about is going to be the locus of a new vertical axis of spirit that's going to recreate a reality, reconstitute a better reality, and it's going to be it's going to be like two columns battling it out, like two lightsabers battling it out. And we're going to, waving around. And the sparks that fly out from that are going to be the reality we live in.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Very THX of you.
You could hear
what does that look like? What does this reconstituted liberalism look like? Like the orange juice, back out of the freezer, mix it up with some soda water. There you go. What does it look like?
Well, ideally, it would take the best. It would be a harmonization of the best of both things. Like there is value in critical theory. I think there is value in postmodernism. It just needs to have a more productive locus around the fountain of spirit, which would be it would be coming from a different place, like a sort of classical liberal reconstituted Geist, something that's pouring into the world.
So by Geist, you mean like a collection of ideas or a gestalt or some sort of...
Yeah, like a spirit of the age. Like we're talking
spirit of
about
the age, Like
something that is zeitgeist, something that is an unnameable, transcendent upsurge of what you talk about the 60s, right? What created all that great music? What created all that amazing art? A kind of... something, an eruption, the unseen, the unpredictable, the thing that creates.
Yeah. I feel from time to time the great work would be to lay the ground for that to happen when it does happen, to precipitate the conditions of that occurring, right? Which would be education and conversation. But it's not education and conversation itself. It's created out of people having conversations and being educated properly, and then they go forth and spark it in some way through art, I guess.
It's a community. It's a... Barry Weiss talked about this on a podcast with Megyn Kelly. What do we do? Do we try to reinvigorate the hollowed out institutions? Do we try to take them over? Do we create new stuff? And I'm of the mind that we create new stuff. And you do it with you don't do it to create some grand thing. You do it so you can live together in a better way, you and your friends. Make it happen. Just reform communities that give your life meaning and make things enjoyable, and then those institutions will come to you. And then you'll have value to share with the rest of the world. But you got to start small. You just got to be an intimate thing. It can't just be this grand blueprint. That's not going to work because you don't know what the blueprint is yet. Like no one knows what that's going to look like. But like you said, have conversations, have productive interactions that spark ideas, and then good things will come of it.